Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So, just want to say thanks to everybody who's been liking and sharing my videos. It's very helpful. My channel is growing. It's slow burn, mind, but thank you very much. It's really helping. Now anyway, today on the channel we're going to be looking at one of the Evercade games. Now, I've been wanting to do some Evercade content for a while. It's quite difficult really because from the 28 cartridges or whatever there is, there's like 300 games, and it's very difficult to figure out how to review 300 retro games. Now, I've decided that I'm probably not going to review all 300 retro games in one sitting or in cartridge sets or anything. What I'm going to do is just randomly pick games that I'm enjoying on them, and I'm going to try and do reviews for those individual games. I will mention what cartridge they're on and this and the other, but I'm not going to sit here and review 20 games on one cartridge on a video. It's really, really hard for me to even think about trying to review that volume of games. Now, this game here is called Psycho Pinball. Now, it originally released on PC and Mega Drive in 1994. Now, I think this is a direct Mega Drive port because when you look through the manual on the game, when it does like the pause sequence and it does a little video of the game and gives you a control picture, it's got the Mega Drive controller there. I think it's even the 6-button Mega Drive controller. And it shows you the controls for the original game, not the controller you've got, which is a little bit peculiar. But then I guess it is just probably running an emulator, probably in the background or something, I don't know. But it is the Mega Drive version of the game, not the PC version. Now, I don't think whether that makes any difference to anybody. It didn't to myself. But regardless, this pinball game is absolutely awesome. Now there's 4 pinball tables, as you can see. This is the first one, and there's an underwater theme one, and there's a Wild West one, and there's a Halloween-y type themed one. And I am just going to show you a quick video of all 4 tables here over the video, and talk you through some of the dynamics and such. But the game in general plays really well, and it's proper reminiscent of that old school retro feel of pinball. Now, I feel with pinball games like this, they probably stand the test of time better than a lot of games, because I played Pinball Dreams and Pinball Fantasies on the Amiga when I was younger, and this game is pretty much like those, and those games are just as playable nowadays than they were 2 decades ago, and I find them just as much fun now as back then. So, and this is probably very similar in the vein of that. You've got the tables, which are, top-down view, and it scrolls up and down the screen, the page or whatever. It looks like a page sometimes when you're flat on it like that. Now, I really, really like this game. It's addictive, it's fun. You can play it for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you can play it for an hour. It's one of those pinball games, as like those other ones I mentioned, that have a lot of replayability and are quite easy just to sit and play and relax and unwind to, if that makes sense. The music on this game and the sound effects are so crystal clear. It's really well ported if it's a port or a direct emulation, but the sound is absolutely spot on. However they've done it, or remastered sound or whatever, is really good. One thing that I do like with the Evercade though is that your save states on the games ports from the home console and the Versus over to the portable via the cartridge. So it saves it to the cartridge, it doesn't save it to the computer or the portable handheld or whatever. It saves it to the cartridge, and you can just switch between the two without needing to upload or set game saves to the cloud and all this fanning around. No, just saves it directly to the cartridge and off you go. Why can't they all do that? This cloud nonsense. The Switch annoys me with that. Some of the games don't even support cloud saves. So you're locked to one device, you can't even play it on another one. It's so annoying. Just save it to the cartridge and be done with it. It's so much better. Right, anyway, so this is the trick or treat table. Yeah, very cool. One thing that is good is it has, because it's a versus game as well as on the handheld, is you can play 4-player mode as well with 4 controllers, and obviously take it in turns to be playing around or whatever, which is cool. I think this is possibly my least favourite table of the 4. My favourite is probably over the underwater table, and I'll mention why in a moment. But I also really like the Wild West table. That's really well done as well. Something to mention though, if you are looking at buying this game, it does come on the Codemasters cartridge, which has like another dozen games on it. And just to buy this on its own for Mega Drive, cartridge only, I think it's about £10, and if you wanted it boxed with manual in half good condition, you're looking at £25 to £35. And PC CD-ROM, I could only find it as the disc only, and I think that was a tenner. It was just a disc in a box, no manual, no big box, no nothing, no at all. And you can get a big box version, it's just not available anywhere. And here's the Wild West table, as I was saying. But yeah, I mean, for the value for money in the Evercade collections, like you get in, say, 12 games or 20 games, and some of the games could be, you know, adding up to a total value of 200 odd quid on one cartridge, which is just such good value for money, and they flawlessly run like this one does. And you get that proper retro feel from having cartridges and the full shebang, but the value is insane. Now, like I said, I have played this one pinball game probably enough worth to have the one cartridge just by playing this one pinball game, which is crazy, I know, but it's true, and it's just really well implemented, and you can't get away from the fact that this style of pinball game is just really good and really fun. Now, could they re-release a brand new game in this vein at £50, £60? Probably not. But, you know, that's probably not what they're aiming for sometimes. And like you do get the pinball games with Zen Pinball and the other pinball games, and they're more like compendiums where they add more tables via DLC all the time. So I think on Zen Pinball there's like 70 tables. If you bought all the DLC, yeah, they're all in one game, and it's really well done as well. But you don't get any of the retro tables like this. Maybe that's something they're missing on Zen Pinball, and they could add in at a later date or something, and spark up the retro community in the game. But because I really like this top-down 2D type of sprite pinball game like this one, probably more so than modern pinball games. Which, I'm saying something, I suppose. Now, onto the last table. You'll see why I like this one quite a bit. It's like an underwater theming table. It's the Abyss. Now, I don't think I've played a table like this on a game before, like these top-down retro-style ones. Maybe I've just not played enough of them. But it's basically got two flapper things at the bottom, and then two more at the top. Flipper, not flapper. They're flippers, aren't they? Ironically, at sea. But yeah, you got like a double table in one, which is pretty cool. I like that. Probably have played this one and the Wild West one more than the other two, and that pretty much is my favourite ones on the game. But this one's really good with the design of the table. It's quite smart with the double flippers. So yeah, I liked that. But again, the sound effects on it is so well done. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. I do want to do more Evercade content on the channel. Probably not loads, but I am going to pick random games here and there and put them out like this, where it's like, oh, I want to show you this game or that game. And I will mention what cartridge it's on, or whether you can get it elsewhere, or where the originals were and such. So if you don't have an Evercade and want to still source the game, you can do, or whatever. And I'm going to try and do some content on the Evercade, because is something I think is very cool and enjoyable and really needed in the community, with games being lost into the sands of time because of preservation being so poor on some consoles. And to see Evercade go in that nth degree to try and keep games that are old alive in that retro feel with cartridges and everything is something I'm quite passionate about them doing, and I like it. And so many games these days don't even come with a game on a disc, and it really bugs me, whereas this is complete and everything. It's so well done, and this is what we need to get back to with real gaming. The top end of gaming, the AAA quality. Need to be shipping games complete on disc. Anyway, if you do want to ask me any questions about this game, just drop them down below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.